Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. My name is Becky and I post weekly pick a card readings. Today's pick a card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see what would a tarot reader tell your person about you. In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different stone. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Take a moment and see which one really calls out to you. If you need more time, you can pause the video now, and if you know which one you want, you can go to the timestamp down below. Okay, let's get started. Group number 1. Okay, so what would a tarot reader tell your person about you? Okay, group number 1. So right away, the song that came to me in regards to you guys is I'm Bossy. I'm the first girl to scream on the track. I switched up the beat of the drum. That's right. I brought all the boys to the yard, and that's right. I'm the one that's tattooed on his arm, 'cause I'm Bossy. Oh yeah, okay. Go you guys. Okay, so yeah, the first thing that a tarot reader would tell your person is that you guys are coming across like a boss, okay? And in fact, this happened perfectly. Virgo came out first, and it just totally exudes this boss-like energy that you guys exude, okay? So yeah, you guys are like coming across like a Virgo, so even if you're not, it's your energy for this. So it's in all areas of life, but especially with in regards to your person. So as far as love goes, you guys are definitely coming across like, you know, like a Virgo, like you know your stuff, you know what you're about, you, whatever it is that you do, whether it's for a living or just, you know, period. Like if you guys, you do it well, you do it thorough, you pay attention to detail, and you're the type, you know, intelligent and can communicate like a Virgo, that you could tell others, you know, show them how to do it, explain to them how to do it. So you guys are coming across like you could be like teachers, okay? And it doesn't have to be the literal sense. It's just somebody who knows their stuff and can communicate it, you know? So along with that, a tarot reader would tell your person so they realize that you guys have quite like kind of an influence on your person, whether you realize it or not, okay? And it's interesting. So on one hand, it's kind of like if you praise your person or compliment them, then I feel like this person feels like they're on top of the world, okay? And the flip side to that same coin is that if you guys criticize or put this person in their place, then this person, you know, it's like they feel that, like they take that with them, you know, for a lifetime, whether you guys are together or not. So I'm saying, you know, that you guys, your words are powerful, okay? And the way that you are. So it's a very like, okay, so it's kind of like your person, if they don't feel it's okay. So what I'm trying to say is you guys have a strong personality. So if your person doesn't feel like they are secure within themselves, I feel like, you know, they kind of would run for the hills, you know. I'm just getting that kind of vibe, like, yeah, so you guys are kind of intimidating. Sounds like my other video, which if you haven't checked that out, check it out. What makes you intimidating to others? Okay, so back to your reading. So another song came through, and it was the 90s singer Robyn, and Do You Know What It Takes? And in particular, what stood out was, so it's like you guys are saying to your person energetically, do you know what it takes to love me, baby? 'Cause I got what you need, and I can guarantee to return all the love that you're giving to me. But I got to be sure that you'll always will be around. always be around. Do you know what it takes? Okay, so what you guys are basically saying to this person, okay, and it goes also perfectly with this card. I love when that happens, when things just, align effortlessly like this. So with the 7th house here, it's like you guys, you're coming across, like, for the most part, some of you, might not quite be here, but it's like you are dating to marry now, and you're not just like wanting a good time or whatever. It's like, so you want this like partnership, this person who could be your best friend, your lover, and so it's kind of like, you've got this energy like, hey, you know what, like, don't waste my time. Like, either you want this for real too, or, like, bye, basically. So yeah, a tarot reader would tell them that, like, you guys aren't playing around. You are like no nonsense, and you're kind of business-like in this way, okay? So it's kind of coming across as your energy is very direct. It's very like, are we doing this or not? Like, I got things to do type thing, okay? It's like that one meme that's saying that, like, yeah, so very, like, you guys are, you're busy. You're busy people. You're doing the adulting thing, and it's like, you don't have time for games. You don't have time for people that don't know what they want. And it's kind of like, you're looking for your strong counterpart, basically, is what's coming across. And along with that, though, your guys' energy, though, is also like, you guys have this realization with this card that even that you can't control and direct everything. So like a plant, you realize there comes a point where you have to kind of surrender to this process and allow it to do its thing, and see what happens. So, and that's within reason, you know what I mean? Like, nobody should necessarily have to wait for somebody. I mean, depending, of course, on your in particular situation or circumstances. But it's kind of like, on one hand, this whole dynamic is teaching you, though, to let go of control and let go of trying to dictate, like, it's okay to allow, it's okay to receive, it's okay to surrender to the process and be in the unknown. So, yeah, I feel like you guys are kind of like realizing that, and it's different from what you're used to. And, a tarot reader would mention that as well, that you guys are trying to let go of being so domineering and like allowing things. Like, it's fine to be who you are, but there's also a balance, you know what I mean? And so it's completely okay to be, on the receiving end, and really allowing someone the room is what's coming across, to flourish, to grow, to, come to their own decisions. And yeah, I think this whole thing would unfold more naturally. Okay, so along with all that, though, a tarot reader would also tell your person that, with the 6th house here, you guys are definitely into a healthy lifestyle for the most part, and whatever that means to you. This is a general reading, but basically, you want your mind, body, soul all in alignment and all operating to its optimal capacity is what's coming through. And in particular, you guys are most likely spiritual, since you're checking this stuff out, and it's like, it all means a lot to you. So it's kind of like, again, like, if this person isn't on that same page and wanting the same things to a point, or at least allowing you, to have your actually active lifestyles, what's coming through for you guys in regards to that in particular. So I feel like, one is typically my very fiery group that likes physical activity. So I feel like, if this person isn't into that or doesn't allow you that, then you're going to be like, okay, like, this isn't going to work. Now, if this is a newer connection, I feel like some of you might not know if they're like that or not. And if this is definitely somebody that you already know this. Okay. But it's coming through either way. So, a tarot reader could mention that. Okay, so you guys also, though, have this dreamy side to you that's very imaginative and creative, and even like, that intuitive emotional side, so a more vulnerable side. And I feel like, you know, your person, they want to see that because you do naturally come across as being fierce, so they know this about you. But it's that, you know, dreamy, creative, and like loving, warm side to you that your person definitely wants to see more of. And I feel like you guys are kind of like in this place where like, well, you know, show me that I can let my guard down, and I will show you that side. Okay, so that's how you guys will be coming across to a reader. Okay, so yeah, the reader would also say that you guys are definitely attracted to this person. So I feel like, you know, the chemistry and the passion's there, and it's just like you guys just, I almost get the feeling like, you know, this person drives you crazy because of that. Like you're like, oh my gosh, we're so good in all these different areas. And I feel like, you know, it's like this addictive, I can't get enough of you. But why aren't you seeing things the same way as me or wanting the same things as me at the same time? That's kind of like what's coming through for this connection. And so I feel like, you know, you guys are, again, with that directness, thinking, yeah, like, this isn't rocket science. Like, either we want to be together or not, you know, again, with that relating, 7th house energy. And your person is coming across like, I feel like it's almost like what's coming across is you guys are like, oh my goodness, this person is making an issue where there is none. Or maybe, okay, so for some of you, that's actually going to be you. So it's a general reading, you know, take which resonates, but somebody's making something more complicated than it actually is what I'm seeing. And yeah, actually, so even if it's you, I feel like you still kind of act like, you know, this person needs to get their act together and just, you know, like jump on the same page as you. Like, I feel like you guys are just like, come on. So yeah, in the meantime, you guys are definitely both coming across like you're playing this waiting game, and I feel like, you know, there's just a lot of mirroring back or not mirroring back. Okay, so, you know, either you guys aren't in contact or it's very sporadic, once in a blue moon, and it leaves you both kind of like confused and like, what is going on? Like, does this person want the same thing or not, you know? So I feel like, you know, you guys definitely came across like you did want this connection, and now I feel like it's almost like you're like, okay, like this person would literally have to be the one to come back around. Like, yes, at one point that was what I wanted more than anything, was for this to have a solid, you know, start and really just take off. And now I feel like you guys are so like, you know, doing your own thing and busy with what you've got going on. You're like, they want me, they can hit me up. Okay, that's like the energy that's coming through for you guys. And I feel like the longer that you think about this certain connection, the more of a fool you like feel. And yeah, I feel like you guys have too much pride for that. Like, this person would literally have to be the one to come back around and really like give you like kind of a, just really explain themselves, and that this is what they want. But yeah, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys as far as what a tarot reader would tell your person about you. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 2. Okay, so what would a tarot reader tell your person about you? Okay, group number 2. So instantly when I saw your guys' cards, with the 2nd house here in particular, I feel like you guys are stepping into this new energy, this new way of being, okay? You're stepping into your power, and you're really focused on doing you right now. And a part of that is diving into more of the materialism. And along with that, I feel like you guys have your career, your job, your finances on your mind, and it's kind of like you're wanting to do whatever it takes to, you know, do what's best for you, as well as what you want to do, you know, on your path in this world. And love's kind of on the back burner. So along with that though, the materialism is just like you guys are like treating yourselves is what I'm seeing. So yeah, you know, you're spending some money here and there on yourself, and it's all symbolic, you know, like self-love. You guys are tapping into self-love and just being more unconditional with yourself, like no matter what ends up happening. And I see that, you know, it's all part of your healing. So a tarot reader would tell your person, you know, like you guys are focused on you right now and elevating and really, you know, going through your own healing process. And some of that has to do with, you know, treating yourself basically. On top of that, you guys definitely have this new, like with Uranus here, you're stepping into this edginess, I see. And, you know, it's like you're on the cutting edge of like really diving into this authentic path and just running, like hitting the ground running with these inspired ideas, just things that you've been meaning to do and you haven't had time. And some of you are already doing that, some of you will be doing that. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, and along with all that, you guys definitely have like this Capricorn-like energy. So whether you're a Capricorn or not, that's how you're showing up, especially when it comes, well, to every area, but in regards to your person as well. So you're actually kind of coming across like, you know, you are super focused on whatever is in front of you, whatever goals you have. So you're kind of business-like, honestly. Whereas before you came across as a bit more like a Pisces, you know, like infatuated, dreaming of love and all this stuff. Not that nothing is wrong with that. It's just a flippin' energy. Okay, so sometimes we might come across as a little too on the water side. And you guys, you're balancing out now, okay? You have this new focused energy that's very grounded in Capricorn in particular when it comes to love. Doesn't rush into anything, you know what I mean? So that leads me to the song that came through for you guys. And what's interesting is compared to the other two groups, your guys' song came through not as strong, okay? So I'll get into what that means to me after I tell you what it is. So it's that song that goes, give a little bit of your love to me. And I'll give a little bit of my love to you. Okay. So what that told me was you guys are kind of like, okay, so in the midst of you doing you and you know, healing and focused on finances, focused on your creative projects that you are doing, it's kind of like there's a part of you though that has not let go of the idea of wanting something to happen. And for those of you checking out this video, this in particular is geared toward a specific person that's on your mind. So it's kind of like there's a part of you that's kind of like entertaining the idea, but not, you're kind of like got this cautious energy about you, okay? So it's kind of like you're dipping your toes in the water. You know, you're testing out the waters, you're feeling it out before just jumping in. Whereas what's interesting about that is like I'm seeing though in like every other area, you're becoming like bold, daring, living life more on the edge than before. But when it comes to this, you're kind of like, ooh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to even go there, you know? So yeah, that's what a tarot reader would tell your person. So, and even if you do, like it's a slow moving energy towards love. So there could be people that maybe hit you up or, you know, and you kind of like entertain it here or there, but it doesn't really go anywhere, okay? It doesn't quite grip you like what you felt before with somebody. So it's kind of like you're just like, yeah, I don't know. And I feel like a part of you is okay right now with that because you're really like diving into other areas. But at the same time, there's a part of you that feels like, but that's like what's missing. Yeah. Okay, so along with that though, it's kind of like there's also a part of you though that is kind of just really wanting to, you know, go with the flow as far as like your love life goes. So you're really driven, I see, and focused on and bold when it comes to all the other areas, but when it comes to love, you're definitely kind of like, Like you're allowing, you know, it's kind of like the energy is a little bit more like, well, we'll see, you know, like something happens and something sparks between me and somebody or this person on my mind. Great, but I'm not really going to put forth the energy, effort, or anything like that towards it. You know, I'm channeling all that energy towards everything else. Putting everything else first is like what's coming through, and that's what they would tell your person. But at the same time, you know, it's like both of you miss the communication in your guys' conversations that you used to have, okay? So I feel like they were a great balance of light-hearted, playful, flirty, and at the same time I feel like, you know, they could also go deep. And you guys just felt alive and like just more drawn to each other than ever, very magnetic pull, and just like, you know, kind of like you felt like your happiest. But I'm also seeing though that like I feel like you guys put this person in their place about something, like I feel like that stays in their mind about you. So they're kind of like, ooh, you know, like kind of like if I came back around, like how they wonder like how you would be. And I feel like, you know, for some of you, you might come across as being kind of fierce, you know? Like, what do you want? Like, even if like deep down you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm hearing from them, like another part of you would be like, what you would actually type would be like like what? You know, that's for some of you. This is a general reading. That's kind of like what they wonder though, like if you would actually like display any emotions. And the tarot reader would pretty much tell them like what I just told you. Like some of you actually, I feel like you guys are kind of at this place though where you would kind of want to hear them out. So I feel like you would kind of keep it neutral more so. But some of you would come across as being kind of like, what? You know? Like say what you gotta say, you know? You guys mean well, it's just you don't want to be hurt again is also what's coming through. So you have this new fierceness about you, but you still have a heart, you know. So a tarot reader would tell them that too. Okay, so all in all though, I do see though with this card here that it was like, I do feel like, you know, it's kind of like when things were going well between you two, like they were really going well. And if this person is on your mind because you are on theirs as well, okay? I feel like there's a lot of mirroring going back and forth between you two. So a lot of you, you know, it's kind of like both you and your person don't know like what to do, what to make of this. Like, should I stay? Should I move on? And it's not that feelings aren't there with them. They are. It's just, again, like both of you don't want to be hurt. And they see that like your energy, attention, and focus is definitely on yourself as well as whatever's going on in your life as well as whatever you're accomplishing. And so I do feel like they have this like cut off feeling from you. And yet, you know, you're both still energetically connected is what I'm also seeing. So all in all though, what a tarot reader would say is you guys are currently like, you know, on your own path. You're blazing down your own path, doing your own thing. And there's this new fierceness, new edginess, and kind of like, you know, like you're not going to, you know, whatever might have worked, they thought worked in the past isn't going to work on you. So it's kind of like if their intentions aren't pure, to just not even bother because, you know, you guys are just looking ahead. And yes, you're wondering about them. And yeah, you know, I don't feel like you guys would reach out first. It feels like you're waiting to hear from them, but you also feel like, you know what? Like, I don't want to wait for somebody either. Like, you either know if you want me or not. Like, I'm not playing games. So, yeah, that's what a tarot reader would tell them point blank. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so what would a tarot reader tell your person about you? Okay, group number 3. So right away, what came to me in regards to you guys when looking at your cards is that you guys are currently in a place where you are putting yourself first. Okay, so you're doing whatever it takes to get right with yourself, with your elevated self, as well as it's kind of like you're immersing yourself in things that inspire you and you feel this sense of empowerment. Okay. So it's kind of like you guys are becoming this solid, confident, elevated version of you right now. And you're really like focused on what brings you joy. Okay. So it's kind of similar to group 2 in a sense. It's kind of like, love's kind of on the back burner right now. And it's like, you're really just getting back to you and really enjoying life. So yeah, and what's interesting about that, so you guys are also coming across like you're going through a transformation, you're going through healing, and all this is like helping you with that, okay? So like immersing yourself in things that inspire and empower you, okay? Because what we focus on expands, and you guys are realizing that, especially with your intuition heightening and your awareness. So, you're staying towards the light is like what's coming through. And yeah, with transformation, you guys, you're gonna feel like you're going between worlds until it starts to balance out. So one minute you guys are probably feeling real like great, and then the next minute maybe you feel kind of not so great, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's somewhere in between, and it's just kind of like you're trying to find your footing right now. But I feel like you guys definitely though are coming out of whatever it was that, you know like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like I'm getting real star energy with this group, so that's really great to see. And yeah, a tarot reader would mention all this to your person. Okay, so what's interesting is the song that came through in regards to you guys and how you feel about this connection with this person is John Mayer's Half of My Heart. Okay, and the lyrics in particular are, oh, half of my heart's got a grip on the situation. Half of my heart takes time. Oh, half of my heart's got a right mind to tell you that can't keep loving you. Oh, with half of my heart. Okay, so really the whole song fits you guys, but those were the lyrics that I wanted to highlight in particular. So yeah, like with the Libra energy, you're definitely coming across like you are half entertaining this and half like, what? No. And part of it is because there's a part of this that you don't feel like is practical, and the other part is you don't want to be hurt again. And that is what a tarot reader would say. Okay, so that goes perfectly with how you guys are coming across as far as this connection goes, and that's like a Libra. So whether or not you are a Libra, that's how you're coming across as far as this connection goes. So it's kind of like, you guys have this real like, kind of like, I don't know if I want to do, like entertain this or not. So kind of this indecisive is going on, which is interesting because I honestly feel like you guys are pretty decisive when it comes to like every other area, but when it comes to this connection, it's kind of like, I feel like we've got the it's kind of like the Two of Pentacles, like you're juggling, you're weighing this. It's like head versus heart. Like a part of you, like a Libra, allows yourself to think like idealistic and think, ooh, kind of like dive into the romanticism a bit and think, what if though? Like, what if this did become something? And then another part of you gets kind of practical and thinks, what? Why am I even entertaining this? This isn't practical. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely getting that kind of energy going on. So in the meantime, it's kind of like you're just like, like a juggler, or feeling like a jester. Like you don't know what to do right now. So you're kind of not doing anything in regards to that. Yeah, that's interesting. So all right, so along with that though, it's kind of like, you guys I feel like what's interesting and what makes this connection unique, one thing that makes the connection unique is like the wisdom that you feel like you both have to share with each other, okay, as far as conversations go. And yeah, you know, tarot reader would mention that about you. Okay, so what's interesting is though, so you guys are definitely coming across like you are stepping into this more expansive, lighthearted, carefree, like I'm having fun again. Like just the joyful energy is coming through, and I feel like, you know, I do feel like you guys felt that with this connection as well, but there's just this part of you that's like not allowing it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, so I see that you guys view your person though as being this kind of like charming, flirty, fun, spontaneous like person, and I feel like, you know, it's like that's like what you guys want more of is what I'm seeing. Like, so you guys are fun, charming, spontaneous, and flirty too. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of like what traits you see in this person is like the traits that you like about yourself mirrored back to you. So that's part of the reason like why you feel magnetically connected. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a tarot reader would mention that as well. So I feel like, you know, this was a friend-like connection that didn't quite take off. And that's the other thing. So there's definitely a mirroring when it comes to that. I feel like you and this person kind of like know how to keep people at a certain distance. Yeah, like at friend level. Like even if you've entertained it for more, it's kind of like it's what you both do. You're both independent, so it's kind of like, yeah, you know, this is what keeps things safe. Keep them at a distance. Yeah, tarot reader would mention that. Also, okay, so you both are also coming across like you've got a lot going on. So you both are, you know, kind of just putting yourselves first, doing your own thing, and the overall energy really is no one knows what to do, because all people can go off of is what they're seeing, and they're not seeing any action or communication, or if you guys are, it's like here or there, once in a blue moon type. So it's kind of like you both are kind of focused on yourselves and what you're doing, like manifesting goals and dreams is what's coming through for this. Overall though, group number 3, yes, this connection has the potential to be something amazing with the Magician here, but at the same time, with the Libra energy, it's a very like, you and your person are both mirroring the same energy of like, okay, so yeah, you know, we felt this connection. It felt joyful, but at the same time, you know, it's like both people aren't sure which way to go as far as this goes. So you're both focused on yourselves as well as, you know, what it is that goal-wise that you want to do, as well as like having your own fun is what's coming through, and that is what a tarot reader would say. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.